The story of the golden calf and the Israelites' lapse into idolatry is a powerful lesson in trust, patience, and faith. This event occurs in Exodus 32, shortly after God had miraculously delivered the Israelites from Egypt and provided for them in the wilderness. Despite experiencing God's guidance and provisions firsthand, the Israelites fell back into idolatrous practices when faced with uncertainty, leading to profound consequences for their faith and relationship with God. After God delivered the Israelites from slavery in Egypt, they traveled through the wilderness under His guidance. God performed miraculous acts to provide for them, parting the Red Sea, sending manna from heaven, and guiding them with a cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. These miracles were signs of God's presence and power. At Mount Sinai, God made a covenant with the Israelites, declaring them His chosen people and giving them laws to live by, including the 10 Commandments. Moses served as the intermediary between God and the people, going up Mount Sinai to receive God's commands and instructions for building a place of worship. However, while Moses was on Mount Sinai for 40 days receiving instructions from God, the people grew restless. They became increasingly anxious as days turned into weeks with no sign of Moses. The delay led to doubt and fear among the Israelites. They worried that Moses, their leader and the man who had brought them out of Egypt, might not return. In their anxiety, they felt the need for a tangible representation of God's presence, something visible they could see and worship. They turned to Aaron, Moses' brother and spokesperson, asking him to make them an idol, saying, "Come, make us gods who will go before us." As for this fellow Moses who brought us up out of Egypt, we don't know what has happened to him. Exodus 32:1. Aaron, rather than resisting their demands, gave in. He told the people to bring him their gold jewelry, which he melted down and fashioned into a golden calf. Aaron then presented the calf to the people, declaring, "These are your gods, Israel, who brought you up out of Egypt." Exodus 32:4. This statement and the creation of the calf itself reveal several underlying issues in the hearts of the Israelites. By creating a physical idol, they sought something tangible to replace Moses as a visible connection to God. In ancient times, especially in Egypt, where the Israelites had lived for generations, calf or bull images were common symbols associated with strength, fertility, and deity. The golden calf may have represented these familiar concepts, serving as a comfort and reminder of the past religious customs they had left behind. However, their actions directly violated the commandments God had just given them, particularly the command to worship no other gods and to make no images or idols. Aaron, who should have led the people back to faith in God, failed in his leadership. He may have been afraid of the people's reaction if he refused, or he may have rationalized that the calf was a temporary solution to ease their fears. Whatever his reasoning, Aaron's choice to create the calf, rather than guide the people back to God, demonstrated his weakness in leadership at a crucial moment. This incident holds valuable lessons about the importance of patience, trust in God's timing, and steadfast faith even in times of uncertainty. It shows how quickly fear can overshadow faith and how easily people can fall back into familiar but wrongful practices when faced with doubt. It also reveals the dangers leaders face when they prioritize appeasing the crowd over upholding spiritual integrity. God's response to the Israelites' idolatry was one of profound disappointment and righteous anger. He informed Moses of the people's actions and called them a stiff-necked people, indicating their stubbornness and inclination to rebel. Moses pleaded with God to spare them, interceding on their behalf and reminding God of his covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. In a powerful act of mercy, God relented, foreshadowing the role of Jesus Christ as the ultimate mediator between God and humanity. When Moses returned and saw the people worshiping the calf, he was furious. In a symbolic act of the broken covenant, he threw down the tablets of the 10 Commandments and then destroyed the golden calf, grinding it into powder and scattering it into water, which he made the Israelites drink. This act was a powerful judgment against their idolatry and served as a reminder of the worthlessness of their idol. Moses confronted Aaron, questioning how he allowed such a grievous sin. Aaron tried to shift the blame onto the people, downplaying his role in making the calf. His response reflects the human tendency to avoid accountability, echoing the pattern seen with Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. To address the severity of the sin, Moses commanded the Levites who remained loyal to execute those who persisted in idolatry. About 3,000 men were killed as a result, underscoring the gravity of their rebellion against God's commandments. God later sent a plague on the people as further punishment, emphasizing the seriousness of their idolatry. The story of the golden calf highlights the danger of impatience, the importance of worshiping God in spirit and truth, and the responsibility of leaders to uphold integrity even under pressure. It calls all believers to reflect on their own lives, asking if they too are allowing anything to take God's place. If you found this story meaningful and would like to explore more about the lives of other figures in the Bible, consider subscribing to Bible Character Stories. Each biblical character offers unique insights into faith, resilience, and God's unwavering love. Join us as we dive into these timeless stories, uncovering lessons that continue to speak to us today. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to continue this journey through the Bible with us.